Welcome to Algebra 2, Chapter 1.2. Let's get started with algebraic expressions and models. Lots of vocabulary today, and we're going to start with numerical expression. If you recall, expression is something that does not have an equal sign. And so a numerical expression is just going to be an expression that only has numbers, operations, and grouping symbols. So something like 2 times 3 plus 6. That's going to be a numerical expression. Really what you're looking at is there are no variables. Base, exponent, and power. And I didn't write out definitions to these because sometimes it's easier just to see an example. But if I say 2 to the 7th power, 2 is the base, 7 is the exponent. That's an E there. And then the whole thing is the power. And if you recall, an exponent tells you how many times you're going to take the base times itself. So 2 times itself 7 times, okay, is what your exponent means. Next up is order of operations, and I'm sure everybody has a way of remembering their order of operations. I was taught, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And when I write it like that. So P, and everybody says parentheses, but it's any type of grouping symbol. So that does include parentheses, it includes braces, brackets, fraction bars, that's a grouping symbol. Square roots are a grouping symbol. Okay. E stands for exponents. And the reason that I write my multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction like this is because you are going to multiply and divide, but multiplication does not always come before division, right? We're going to go left to right. And the same thing with addition and subtraction, whatever comes first. So you might be subtracting before you add. So whatever comes first, going left to right. Okay, and just some more vocab. So a variable is just any letter that's used to represent an unknown number. You know, typically you start with X or Y, but it can be any letter. And so the value of the variable is the number that's used to replace it. So we'll go on here real quick to algebraic expression, just an expression with a variable. So if my expression is 3x, right, and so x is currently the variable, so let's say the value of the variable is 2. So then it becomes 3 times 2, which is 6, but that was my value of the variable. And can a value of the variable change? Sure. So what if the value of the variable is 3, or what if the value of the variable, is 6? Right? So that's what a variable is. You can change its value. Its value varies. Moving on, these are all definitions for any expression. Expressions have terms, and they're the parts that are added together. So if we had 3x plus 2y, there are 2 terms there. Those are each a term. Your coefficients are the numerical part of any term. So every term has a coefficient, even if its coefficient is only 1. So 3 is the coefficient and 2 is the coefficient. Like terms are terms that have the exact same variables and exponents. So these are not like terms. Like terms might be 3x and 2x. There we go. Very creative there. And a constant term is any term without a variable. So for example, 3 is a constant term. It is constantly 3. Alright, there you go. Hopefully the vocab was just a refresher, and we'll move on from there in class. Have a good day.